A better life is not built in bursts. It is not given to you. It is not found in a moment of luck or inspiration. A better life is built through steady practice, through quiet discipline, through daily choices. And the Stoics understood this better than anyone. They didn't chase pleasure. They didn't fear discomfort. They focused on the only thing they could truly control: themselves, their mind, their principles, their actions. This is not a motivational speech. This is a reminder, a guide, a set of timeless rules to live with more clarity, more strength, and less regret. Because you only get one life, and it's passing right now. A better life doesn't require a different world. It requires a different response to the world. You don't need more time. You need more purpose. You don't need to fix everything. You need to master your part. Most people are ruled by emotions, distractions, and habits they never question. But the Stoic lives by design, not default. They question, they choose, they rise, again and again. This video is not just about knowledge, it's about action, because the rules for a better life only were if you live them. So let us begin. Rule 1. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. The first rule of a better life is to stop wasting energy on what's outside your control. You don't control the weather. You don't control traffic. You don't control how others speak or act. But you do control how you respond. You control what you think, what you say, and what you choose. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us and some are not." Most of our suffering comes from forgetting that, from obsessing over outcomes, opinions, and external events. You cannot master life without mastering your focus. So simplify, observe, ask, is this within my control? If not, let it go. If it is, own it completely. Rule 2. Start the day with intention. Your morning is your foundation. Before the world reaches for you, reach for your principles. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work,' as a human being." This isn't about hustle. It's about presence. Don't wake up and scroll. Don't begin your day in reaction. Begin it in reflection. Use the first few moments to breathe, to think, to journal. Ask yourself, what matters today? Who do I want to be? What will I do with the time I've been given? A better day starts with a better beginning. Start with stillness. Start with strength. Rule 3. Practice voluntary discomfort. You cannot build strength while clinging to comfort. The Stoics trained themselves to endure hardship, not because they enjoyed suffering, but because they understood growth. Seneca would sleep on the floor once a month, wear rough clothes, and eat the simplest food, not out of deprivation, but preparation. He wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition I feared?'" If you want to be strong, you must stop fearing discomfort. Wake up early, fast, train, embrace silence, delay gratification. These are not punishments, they are practice, they sharpen the will. And a sharpened will leads to a stronger life. Rule 4. Say no to what weakens you. Every yes is a trade of time, of focus, of energy. The Stoic does not say yes to everything. They say yes to what aligns. They say yes to what strengthens the soul, sharpens the character, and honors the path. Epictetus said, If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. That means saying no to distractions, no to gossip, no to shallow ambition, no to anything that pulls you away from your values. Say no quickly, clearly, and without guilt, because saying no to what weakens you is saying yes to what strengthens you. Rule 5. Honor your time. You don't own your time. You only borrow it, and most of us spend it like we have an endless supply. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Scroll less. Reflect more. Do fewer things, but do them with more presence. Guard your time like it's sacred, because it is. Say no to time wasters. Be ruthless with distractions. And never forget, how you spend your time is how you spend your life. Don't just pass time, use it." Rule 6. Let virtue lead. The Stoics didn't chase success, they chased virtue. They believed that to live well was not to live comfortably, but to live rightly. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Just that you do the right thing, the rest doesn't matter." Let virtue, courage, wisdom, temperance, and justice guide your decisions. Not emotion, not popularity, not gain, ask yourself in every moment. What does the best version of me do here? What would a person of principle choose? Virtue doesn't guarantee applause, but it guarantees peace. And peace is the foundation of a better life. Rule 7. Focus on the present moment. The past is unchangeable. The future is unknowable. Only the present is yours to command. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, confine yourself to the present. Most people live either in regret or in anxiety. But a better life is built in presence. Be where you are. When you eat, eat. When you work, work. When you rest, rest. Don't let your life slip through your fingers while your mind is somewhere else. This moment is your only real possession. Use it well. Rule 8. Speak less, listen more. The Stoics believed in thoughtful speech, words with weight, not noise. Talk less, mean more. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Let your words be disciplined. Let your speech be grounded in truth, not impulse. Don't speak to impress. Speak to express value. Silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. And in a world of noise, your quiet focus becomes power. Rule 9. Own your choices. You are not a victim. You are not your circumstances. You are your choices. The Stoics taught that while you can't always choose what happens, you always choose your response. Seneca said, "A good character, when established, is not easily overthrown." Stop blaming. Stop waiting. Start owning. Every decision you make builds a life, or breaks it. Own your habits, own your reactions, own your future. Responsibility is the first step toward freedom. Rule 10. Make time for stillness. In a world addicted to motion, stillness is a revolutionary act. It's where clarity is found. It's where your real self begins to speak. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul." Make time every day to be quiet, not scrolling, not rushing, just sitting, breathing, reflecting. Stillness is not a pause from life, it's where life makes sense. You cannot build a better life without space to think, without space to be, without space to return to your center. Rule 11. Practice self-restraint. The Stoic is not led by impulse. He is led by principle. Seneca taught, "No man is free who is a slave to his passions." Desire is not the enemy, but unchecked desire is his. Discipline is freedom. Temperance is power. Resist the urge to react. Resist the craving for more, now, fast. The world says, indulge. The Stoic says, wait. He chooses the long game, the strong game, the one where you lead yourself, not follow your cravings. Rule 12. Don't waste pain. Pain is not pointless. It is your teacher, your mirror, your fire. And Marcus Aurelius believed that obstacles were not interruptions to the path. They were the path. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Don't numb pain. Don't resent it. Use it. Let it refine you. Let it build resilience. Let it expose what needs healing. Pain is not the enemy. It's the invitation. To become stronger, clearer, more awake. A better life is not one without pain. It's one where pain has a purpose. Rule 13. Cultivate gratitude. A better life is not built by adding more. It's built by appreciating what you already have. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." Gratitude grounds you. It brings your attention to what's real. It turns ordinary moments into sacred ones. Before you chase the next goal, pause. Say thank you for your breath, for your strength, for the lessons. Gratitude doesn't mean you stop growing. It means you stop taking your growth for granted. Rule 14. Choose contribution over comparison. Comparison shrinks the soul. It makes you forget your own path, your own pace, your own worth. The Stoics didn't ask, "Am I better than others?" They asked, "Am I better than I was yesterday?" You don't need to compete. You need to contribute. Focus on what you can give, not what you lack. Measure yourself not by the world's scoreboard, but by your own integrity. What are you building? What are you leaving behind? Comparison ends when contribution begins. Rule 15. Live as if you'll die today. The final rule is the one that makes all others urgent. Memento mori. Remember that you will die. Seneca wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. You don't have forever. Not to forgive, not to create, not to become who you're capable of being. A better life is not built someday. It's built now. Today is the only day you're promised. Use it with strength. Live with virtue. Speak with purpose. Move with courage. So that when death comes, it finds you living, not waiting." Final reflection. A better life is not luck. It is not ease. It is built rule by rule. Choice by choice. Moment by moment, the Stoics didn't tell you how to feel better. They showed you how to be better. Not perfect, but grounded. Not invincible, but resilient. Not famous, but free. So what will you do with this life? Will you master yourself, or be mastered by impulse? Will you honor your time, or waste it waiting? Will you live with regret, or rise with resolve? Each day, you are either drifting or deciding. Each moment is a vote for the person you are becoming. You don't need grand gestures, just small, steady discipline. You don't need more opinions, just deeper reflection. You don't need permission, only commitment. Let your life reflect what you truly value, not just what you tolerate. Let your days reflect who you are and who you're becoming. You already know the rules, now live them.